Talk about the challenge of Hamas amid all of this and bringing a deal together.
For the longest time, Marni, that we have seen that these two deals may be coupled, meaning that you wouldn't get one deal without the other. But I think negotiators realize that in order to get momentum for the other, if we could get a ceasefire in one of those two areas, then maybe it makes it more likely to get a ceasefire in the other without the complications of trying to tether the two together.
Trump on the campaign trail had said neither of these conflicts would have happened on his watch. Well, now he's involved. What options and how much influence does he have before he takes office?
Marni, I think we're in a bit of a position like we were between President Carter and President Reagan, where the world is watching with an incoming president of strength, and they're trying to posture the adversaries in particular in the best possible way so that when a deal is reached, if the United States decides to use its political capital to try to negotiate a deal either in Ukraine or in the Middle East, that either of those sides are in the best position to do so. And so we're actually in a 60-day period that could be maximum danger, but also maximum opportunity. And all sides, in order to reach a deal, have to believe it's in their best interest to do so. And right now they're posturing in all the possible ways to try to get in a position favorable to themselves to negotiate a deal.
What's your read on the situation in Ukraine right now? As I mentioned, Russia launching an attack overnight across 17 regions.
We have seen a flurry of activity just in the last 2 weeks between Russia and Ukraine. And I know there's been a lot of hand-wringing about some of the particular weapons that Russia has used in the last couple of weeks, but they have not been substantially different than the very advanced nuclear-capable weapons they've been using for the last 3 years. It is very irresponsible and reckless of Putin to even imply that there's a nuclear threshold that may be being reached. But the bottom line is that all of this activity, again, is posturing so that we can see potentially a deal in the next couple of months, even maybe before the Trump administration takes the inauguration oath on the 20th of January, because both sides are postured in a way, understanding the U.S. strength that is inbound to make the best deal possible in their own best interests.
What are some of the logistical and security hurdles in ensuring a deal, not just in the Middle East, but also with the situation and Russia's invasion?
One of the biggest hurdles always is how are you going to enforce the deal? We actually see that this deal between Hezbollah and Israel is very akin to UN Resolution 1701 that was approved by the UN in 2006. But because there was no enforcement mechanism, there was no way to actually implement that type of a deal. So whether it's Russia, Ukraine, or Hezbollah, Israel, or Hamas, Israel, that there needs to be some sort of independent broker that can enforce and oversee any deal to make sure there's not backsliding from the other side.
Interesting. Well, a lot of moving parts. Brigadier General John Teichert, as always, thanks for your expertise. Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.